Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we are going to be talking about conspiracy theories. So, I don't believe in many of the GTA 5 conspiracy theories, like the Mount Chiliad mystery Easter egg. I typically don't wear the tinfoil hat when it comes to that. I've kind of given up all hope on the fact that there may or may not be a jetpack in the game, and that the mural at the top of the mountain might actually mean something. I really don't know, but I'm also not spending my time trying to solve every little hidden detail. But there is one new conspiracy that I am starting to believe in Grand Theft Auto Online, and that is the NPCs are out to get us. So there was recently a new article on Kotaku that said Grand Theft Auto Online players have a new conspiracy theory that NPCs are out to kill them. And I completely agree here. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a multitude of examples, but also discussing why this could be the case. So I've definitely noticed this recently with many of my friends, many of the people that I play with, and Grand Theft Auto Online players in general, that the recent updates are forcing the NPC drivers to be more aggressive. So I personally started noticing this late last year, sometime around the Grand Theft Auto Online Bikers DLC. That's when I would notice that during the new missions and just random activities, NPCs would find unexpected and infuriating ways to simply run into us. And since Bikers have come out, we've got another huge update, Import-Export, which was entirely themed around stealing and driving exotic cars, which I think only increased this conspiracy theory even further, because there's going to be more scenarios where we're going to be on the road and having to encounter some of these crazy NPC drivers. So what I want to do now is take a look at some videos and GIFs that have been compiled and collected of instances of this happening. So here's our first one right here. You can see this individual has this black Finn, this silver one, and he looks to be driving it to the warehouse, and he has zero damage. He's literally about, a mile away. And then all of a sudden, this hippie van decides to want to do a complete U-turn on the highway. Where could this guy be going? The only thing I could think of is if he was trying to cut across that opening in the wall right there. But even still, why would you decide to do that from the third farthest lane? That right there makes no sense. And you can see that this driver ended up tacking on about $2,500 worth of damage right there, which actually isn't a lot compared to some of the other things we're going to see, but I thought that one was pretty ridiculous. This next one, I just completely don't understand. This individual right here is literally minding his own business, sitting still in a parking lot. He's in a red Ruiner, and then all of a sudden this black vehicle just comes out of nowhere, just keeps driving off the road into the grass, straight into him. Now, this can be one of the most infuriating things, because a lot of people have said that the reason AIs drive like this is because of the damage and, crazy things that are going on in the world, whether the player is causing destruction or damage. But in this case, that is a pure example of just nothing happening. The guy isn't shooting. He doesn't have any wanted level or stars. And this NPC just runs straight into them. I don't even know what they're doing there. So that right there is just another ridiculous example. Let's take a look at this one right here. This guy has a green Mamba. Now, he does have a little bit of damage on them, but he is close to the warehouse. It looks like he's driving and going to take this exit, and then all of a sudden, from the far left lane, this guy decides that he now wants to merge completely over to the exit lane. Look what this guy does. He goes from the far left lane all the way to the right lane in about 1 second, and adds about another $3,000 worth of damage to that guy's green Mamba right there. So that is kind of unfortunate. Let's move on to this user right here. He's got the Roosevelt Valor, and look how slow he's going. He even gets into the turn lane very properly, and then the car from the other lane decides that his turn lane is now the one that he is going to use, which kind of causes like a sandwich effect to actually happen. Other cars hit him, he gets pushed into that car, and you can see this was on one of the sell missions, which means that he actually lost money from that NPC deciding to swerve into his lane for no reason. It's not like another car was coming into his lane or anything. He literally just decided that for him to swerve would be the best option right there. So I know the night vision on this one is a little crazy, but this guy has got the Z-type, and this is just a series of unfortunate events. Check this out. So not only does that post-op truck decide to drive in front of him, but then when he decides to get back on the road, another vehicle says, you know what, I'm just going to start swerving through all the lanes of traffic. I'm going to completely go on the wrong side of the road, and I'm going to run into you. So this is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, granted, was he on the wrong side of the road here? Yes. But does it make it right for that Comet to just swerve on the other side of the road too? No, it absolutely doesn't. And that right there is how you get $6,000 worth of damage in about 1 second. That is just completely ridiculous. Up next, we've got this Osiris that's looking to be sold. And while he is driving on the wrong side of this road, I do not know what this Rancher XL is trying to do here. I mean, what is the point of him doing that, of him mounting the curb? Even if he was trying to get into the turning lane, he was going so early. This right there is just completely ridiculous. And the fact that it just happens so quickly and it spins out the Osiris was really, really funny. So that right there was pretty crazy. Now, even though there is no crash here, I think this next one is kind of interesting. Check out this car. It swerves over so quickly. I mean, I don't even know how you could do that. So this guy's got the Z-Type and he's driving on the Pacific Coast Highway and he's minding his own business. He's in his own lane. And then wham, like all of a sudden this NPC car just swerves on the other side of the road with more speed than I've ever seen almost in my entire life. So that right there is another crazy example of how random these NPCs can be. If we take another look at this GIF right here, it's from Maned Wolf. So he's driving the Tornado Rat Rod, and then all of a sudden, a car is driving down the road, but then it decides to completely turn sideways. Like, what the heck? How does that even happen? I don't even know. Why does that occur? Like, how do you twist your car that quickly? I don't think anyone's going to know there. Let's move on. We've got this clip from Psycho, and he's actually driving the gold Dubsta. Now, his driving isn't the best here. He does hit the light pole, but what is the NPC doing? Where are you even turning to? Are you trying to run into that tree or go on the sidewalk? I don't even know. There's not even a turn lane there that would allow you to turn or turn into something. And I mean, what I'll do now is I'll just show you guys some more examples that have been found on various threads and forums of crazy things happening where cars are just driving into each other or NPCs are running out of their way to get in our way or bump into us. And I think that there is a couple things here. Now, according to the Kotaku article, they actually asked a couple of data miners and leakers, including one of them who was FunMW2, and they asked if any changes were made in terms of Grand Theft Auto Online's NPCs. And FunMW2 came up with two things. He said that number one, the tunables wouldn't have anything to do with this. Tunables only change events and sales like double XP. They wouldn't have much to do about NPC behavior, but he did theorize that recent bug fixes in Grand Theft Auto Online might be the culprit because these bug fixes can sometimes cause unrelated changes to parts of the game. You fix one thing and suddenly something else starts acting way different. That right there could be the theory. You know that Rockstar has been doing a ton of little bug fixes lately. So have they been having an impact on the NPCs and have they been changing them? Or are we just noticing them more because we're now out on the streets and we're now focusing on what damage occurs to our cars? So with the biker missions, you obviously don't want to get knocked off your motorcycle, so you're going to be paying attention to the way NPCs drive around you. And then more importantly, and more so with import-export, you get damage each time your car is hit or shot or run into or someone runs into an object that hits you. So we're paying more attention to the NPCs themselves. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit of both. I think that Rockstar knew import-export was going to be all about trying to keep your cars as pristine as possible, and I think secretly deep down inside there was something changed that made the NPCs a little dumber, I guess you could say, to do some of the stupid and erratic things we see. There's been one crazy theory that's going around that suggests that all the drugs we've been producing and selling with the Bikers update has somehow created a city filled with drivers who are all drugged out on their mind and don't know how to drive. Now that's obviously like super tinfoil hat, but it still would actually make a whole lot of sense and would explain such terrible driving techniques and patterns in Los Santos. And of course, without official word from Rockstar, it is going to be hard to say what is actually going on here. Is this true? Is this real? Maybe this is all in everyone's head, or maybe the AIs are actually out to murder us all and try and stop us from importing and exporting vehicles, selling biker drugs and whatnot. Or maybe the dangerous AI drivers in the GTA franchise have become a myth of their own, something similar to the Mount Chiliad Easter egg or the jetpack, Bigfoot, Ratman. Either one of those All I know is this is absolutely crazy. Conspiracy theory or not, the examples you saw in this video are just absolutely insane. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Do you think the NPC drivers are out to get us? Do you think it's a conspiracy theory? Do you think it's real? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know when you noticed this change. Have you noticed a change at all? Like I said, let me know in the comment section as well. If you guys did go on and enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.